following video may contain content parents may find unsuitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's Hunger again, here to answer all of those burning questions you have in the chat, like, why is Edamon holding a cookie? Because he had an empty hand, and I was like, I could put a cookie in there. It'd be funny. I was just randomly putting images in the thumbnail. I put a zoomer reel in there, and then I put Edamon in there, and then I found that little circle with a line through it. I'm like, I know somebody will appreciate that. And then I found the cookie, and I was like, I can give that to Edamon. You can hold it. This is a Noah zoomer reel sound. But yeah, I just, I know that people have been having problems with that. Damn. No, I didn't want to start off by the coughing fit. Shit. Let me jump on the chat here. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Now that I've almost popped my eyeball out coughing, how are you doing today?
I'm doing alright.
Oh, goodness.
Found a shiny Sealy Cobra at full odds today.
Shiny Silicobra, yeah.
Now I built him all ready for raids and shit.
Wow. Oh, man. Bulby. Yeah,
Morley. A Silly Cobra, yes.
Yep.
I actually don't know how to pronounce the pretty damn thing's name.
So it's a cross between the words silicone and cobra. So Silicobra.
Okay. Silicobra, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to all my rockets?
I don't know. Did you use
Alright,
them?
I'll just...
I seem to remember you setting off like 800 of them during the New Year's stream.
Yeah, at the end of the New Year stream, yes.
Like last week, yeah. That was a lot of rockets, my brave guy.
Yeah.
Oh God! They're flying overhead. They're coming to get me. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Royal Boob here. I mean, heyo.
Oh, hey.
Rage.
Did I miss you doing the Skeletor thing?
Oh no, I didn't do it today.
Oh,
I suppose I could have. I don't get to do too many memes during these Minecraft streams, just because I'm like, actively doing stuff most of the time.
so what's the project this time?
I'm just breaking up this freaking mess.
Well, first of all, no Azumarill zone.
Yeah, no more no Zoomerl. So
Oh, I am fresh out of Pocket Monsters,
Oh, okay.
so you don't have to worry about that. Unless you
Yeah.
want to count the fuzzball at my feet. Come here, buddy.
Did you fit him in your
I know you
pocket?
want my lap. Oh, no, not quite.
Okay, doesn't count then. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, he's definitely not a mouse type either, so.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I got a funny cat story for today.
Funny cat story. Oh no.
Yep, and of course it stars Lieutenant Fuzzbottom over here.
Uh-huh.
So, Saturday is my day where I do absolutely nothing productive.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I can possibly manage it, I will do absolutely nothing productive. But I had to break that rule, and I had to do something in the other room. And I had my seat here in the living room all set up and ready for a good, nice, long, entire day's worth of gaming.
Uh-huh.
But I decided, okay, I gotta do this one thing, and then I'll be back here, and the whole day is for games. So, I come back from doing this tour,
Uh-huh.
and the cat is sitting right in my chair.
Uh-huh.
and I can't bring myself to interrupt his nap. But I was just really annoyed with him because it's like, normally when I try to do this chore, he's right up my armpit.
Right.
He'll lay across me while I'm in bed doing this thing, and he's, for whatever reason, he leaves me alone, and which is great because it helped me get this thing taken care of. But yeah, he's curled up on the chair, and I just don't have the heart to disturb him. So instead of playing console games, I wound up playing on my my arcade one-up Centipede cabinet for about an hour and a half.
Nice.
At least until my back started hurting, so I'm like, okay, that's it.
Eh,
Nap time's over. I need the recliner.
Jeez.
Yes.
Zombie jump scare. You completed your goal of a full team of shiny Pokemon. In Scarlet and Violet, that does not take very long.
Yeah, that doesn't take very long because it's extremely easy.
Like, especially once you get the shiny charm, like, you know, you just, like, make
All
like,
it takes is one fucking sandwich.
the whole
with
team of
Mr.
shinies is just a few sandwiches away.
Yep.
Fifths, you don't usually use your limbs or hands as toys with your cat, do you?
Yeah.
'Cause that's a big no-no.
I would hope not.
Then sometimes cats just do that regardless.
Right.
Yeah, my cats don't do that though.
Mine will sometimes grab my hand or my finger, but then he'll give me little kisses to say, you know, he loves me or something.
Yeah.
Either that or he's just saying I'm tasty.
Right, yeah.
I should watch myself.
Right. Can't wait till you die so I can eat your eyeballs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if whether he loves me.
Yeah.
I wonder if he loves me or if, you know, he's actually got secret plans to plot my demise or something. I don't know.
Well, you know.
I think under the bed and he jumped on your leg. Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's an idiot cat. I'd say he's a rather smart and fun one.
Well,
Smart and playful.
it's not exactly fun getting clawed in the leg, though.
No, it isn't.
It's fun for us.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to engage in Schadenfreude.
that's all right.
but yeah, the new anime season for winter, like had about half of the dang anime in it kick off today. So yeah, I was busy watching tons of new episodes of things earlier. Oh my gosh.
That's nice.
So, just to briefly go over some of the stuff that has already picked
No
up.
My Hero spoilers, please.
Yeah, no My Hero spoilers, but My Hero Academia did kick off its the second half of the 6th season today.
Please tell me Mineta dies.
No, but they did confirm the death of a character who died during the last season. They just never they just didn't show it.
In the last half of the season?
Yeah, the last half of season 6, right? Yeah. So.
Okay.
But yeah, they a group, half of the kids like found the body. Like anyway.
Oof.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough scene. Anyway. And then let's see.
Still haven't had time to get over that part yet.
Yeah, Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun also kicked off the second half of its 3rd season today. Let's see. We also got the first episode of the 2nd season of the Misfit of Demon King Academy. Let's see.
Nice.
So as far as returning stuff, that's all pretty good. Let's see. We also saw the first episodes of several different isekai and fantasy anime starting the season off. So we have collecting 80,000 gold in another world for my retirement. Friggin', let's see. Let's see. Adventurers who have lost faith in humanity will save the world. Let's see. Let's see. The strongest exorcist gets reincarnated in another world. Let's see what else. They had. Gosh, I watched tons of these. What was the other one? Chillin' in my 30s after being fired from the Demon King's army.
Wow.
These sentence-long anime titles have got to stop.
Yeah, well, it's because they're all based on web novels, or rather, the web novel. The original work was a web novel, and then it was, because like lately there's been a lot of novels being done as anime, because there aren't really enough quality manga out there. So what we've been seeing is with web novels, when somebody's writing a web novel, often the sites that they post them on don't have a space for them to leave a description. They just have a little like a link that they can put the title in, and that's it. So a lot of these people, to get around that, have started basically putting the whole description in the title.
I see.
So when you see these sentence-long titles, it's because it was at one point a web novel, and it was trying to garner attention on a website full of other web novels. And so, in order to get people to read it in a situation where they can only use the title, they're putting the whole freaking sentence in there with the description. So like
that makes sense.
Yeah. So what happens?
And you said that this is partially due to a lack of quality manga.
Yeah, there's quite a, Shonen Jump still has like My Hero Academia and One Piece and whatnot, but like there's so much demand for manga now amongst all these studios. Like there's more demand than ever, and a lot of the monthly and weekly manga magazines are shutting down because of the whole ditch the printed work shtick that's going on with magazines and whatnot in general. The magazines, newspapers, newsletters, whatever, not ceasing their function. So Shonen Jump is still around in print in Japan, but a lot of the lesser magazines that would spawn various manga are no longer with us. So so you've got a reduced amount of magazines that can publish all of this manga in the first place, and the ones that and some of the ones that are still there are going all digital, which again, depending on how they present their digital stuff, you may wind up with people who again are trying to get attention and don't have a lot of space to do it. So it's something where even some of the manga may start having this problem where they need to put the whole description in the title. So, but it's something where we're seeing, like I said, just an increased number of web novel of works that started off as web novels and then were published as light novels, and then after that became manga, becoming anime. And in the anime, they typically tend to gravitate towards using the light novels as the source material. Occasionally, they will lean more on the manga adaptation, but often they go with the light novel because there's just more of it. With a light novel, some of these light novel authors are just machines, and they can churn out a book every like 3 months or so.
Like Oda-san.
Yeah, so it's something where, Oda is similar to that for manga, but like the thing is, manga, a graphic novel worth of manga usually does not hold the same amount of story content that a volume of a light novel would hold. So you see a lot of manga adaptations for these light novels being a lot longer, book-wise. Like, for example, Ascendance of a Bookworm. Part 1 of Ascendance of a Bookworm in the light novel is 3 books long. In manga form, part 1 is 7 books long. So, so it takes a lot more books to get through the same amount of story in manga form, because manga has to show and not tell. The pregnant Joker. What the hell?
Yeah, that's actually a thing that's happened recently.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
For real though?
But, anyway, so here's a question that I have about DC and Marvel multiverses. Why
I
doesn't
can't promise I'd be able to answer it.
Why doesn't every single Marvel universe that discovers a multiverse call themselves Universe 1? You would think that anybody who is researching this would automatically look at that and say, oh, well, we should, just to avoid confusion, we should call ours Universe 1. But it seems like there's like this predetermined numerical system, and that, whoever discovers multiverses just automatically knows what number they are.
I'm sure that the answer would have something to do with talking to Reed Richards about it.
Right.
That's the best. That's the best answer I can come up with.
Yeah, well, like I said, Marvel's main universe is 616. Why? Somebody somebody from another universe just comes along and says, "Hey, you're Universe 616." It's like, who decided that?
Right.
Why isn't it a confused mess? Is what I'm saying. Why don't different universes have different numbers for every other universe and themselves?
Because there was that moment in Multiverse of Madness, which I believe we watched together, where they said that they had, your universe is designated as 616, ours is designated as, whatever theirs was.
Right, but who
and it had to do with,
how do they find out about it?
I'm assuming that it would be a Reed Richards from one of the universes somewhere.
In all honesty, it's the writers at Marvel who decide which universe is which. But like I said, it's something where the
email. I would recommend you either email the people currently working at Marvel, which is a whole bunch of woke gangsters, or you could try and find. You can try and find the email addresses of the people who worked on this stuff until the past 10 or 15 years. I really have no further input.
Yeah, like I said, it's just an observation, that the naming sense is kind of unrealistic unless they have some real way of explaining where these numbers are coming from, and because if they're just being pulled out of somebody's ass, I call shenanigans.
Right. As far as the DC,
because
your question involved DC.
They do the same thing. DC numbers their universes too, so it's like, because DC uses the alternate universe thing heavily, just as heavily as Marvel does, and they number theirs too. So.
Yeah, but then every so often they have a crisis event where some of the universes get completely obliterated, and that's sort of how Superboy came into being originally.
Yeah.
But again.
Probably answer on some shitty wiki somewhere. You're probably right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fifth probably has the right idea.
Well, the thing is, if it's an answer on a wiki, it's probably a fan answer because they didn't adequately explain it in the series. I don't know. Or maybe there is some comic book oracle that figured out where this is written down somewhere, and they got the real answer. But anyway.
Hey, I know a fictional character who could probably answer the question real good. Sheldon Cooper.
characters. I need to start doing some memes with the Count from Sesame Street.
Oh boy.
Just because, and follow me closely on this. Every scene he's in, if you bleep out the word count and pretend it's the F word, it's hilarious.
Sounds like adventures in unnecessary censorship.
Yes, because there's a bunch of unnecessary censorship videos with him, and they're all freaking hilarious. Like I said, because they bleep out the word count, and unless it's being used to refer to himself, it's always funny. Like there's a video I saw, and it's him arguing with Cookie Monster. There's a plate of cookies there, and the Count wants to count them, and Cookie Monster wants to eat them.
Aha! So there was a point of putting the cookie in the thumbnail.
Yeah, and it's just the fucking listening to the conversation with the bleeps, bleeping out every instance of the word count, and getting to the point where he's like, I shall boop the cookies and you will eat them.
I shall fuck the cookies and you will eat them.
Oh man.
I shall pee in the cookies and you shall eat them.
Oh, okay. So somebody from Earth 1 found all the other universes, and they're the ones coming up with the designations, and so they have to. And they're just basically expecting everybody else to just go along with it, and everybody's just blindly complying with them. Cool.
Well, someone has to do the Adam thing and name all these things so that everybody can just, move on with their lives and say, oh crap, what's that furry little creature? Or what's the number of that universe?
Yeah.
Area 51.
I suppose it's an explanation. Maybe not the greatest explanation, but at least it explains a little bit of it.
Perhaps.
Hey, I just shrug my shoulders and say, because comic books.
Right.
It's just the nature of the beast type of thing.
Yeah, well.
Motherfucker.
It's the nature of the East. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So I played a chunk of
Right.
Crisis Core Reunion today.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely a remaster with some tweaks.
Uh-huh.
Because I think legally they couldn't call it or make it into a remake and also release it on every platform. Because that's a Sony exclusive thing.
Oh, speaking of gaming, this week, while I was at work, somebody actually installed a Namco Museum arcade machine in the break room, and it was awesome.
Oh, wow.
It says Namco Museum on the marquee.
I think so. Yeah.
It's pretty lit.
Yeah, it has.
You should see my face. You should have seen my face a second ago. I almost don't believe it. It's technically my dream.
It has a lot of stuff on it, like Galaga, Pac-Man, Galaxia, and shit.
Is it? It's not an arcade one-up, is it?
I think it's an arcade one-up, yeah.
Well, there is a Pac-Man arcade pack or something like that arcade machine.
Mm-hmm.
That it's big and yellow, and it has virtually every game that was in the original Namco Museum titles from the PlayStation era, minus the pole positions and the Heike and Geige clans, because no one friggin' played that one.
Actually.
Wait, I know it's not, but pole position sounds like a strip club simulator.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one Steve just mentioned isn't the one that we have at work.
Yeah, anyway.
Well, you can do me a favor, Solus, the next time you're there, take a picture of it and post it in, or either post it somewhere in gaming or send me a copy of the picture, because that really piques my interest.
Uh,
Not that I'd ever have room for it at the current place I'm at. I've got
well, it's not
Star
actually
Wars
an arcade machine. It's one of those mini thingies.
and
That has all
iArcade.
the original Namco Namco games in it. But I can take a picture of it and show it to you if you want.
Yeah, take some pictures and send it to me in a DM.
All right, will do.
I am quite intrigued.
That's so annoying.
All right. Well, I don't go back to work until Tuesday.
Cool.
But yeah,
All right, no pressure.
yeah, it's fine. Oh,
Where am I? What day is it?
you just teleported me just to say that.
No, I teleported me to you.
Oh,
You thought I teleported you?
no, you teleport yourself to me just to say, shout that out loud.
I mean, it was funny.
It was, yeah.
Alright.
I'm just questioning why I did it.
Because I fell down a hole and couldn't get out.
Well,
Hunger fell down the hole.
the stand back. I'm about to blow up the sand.
Oh god, he's gonna fart. Everybody run!
There we go.
Oh god, I heard that.
Yeah, for some
Alright.
reason I went to like this pit, and there was like a strip mine of TNT down there.
Strip mine of TNT in a pit. Right.
I don't know how to
you know,
fucking got
TNT
there.
running a TNT strip mine? Sounds like Ted Turner's involved. Anyway.
Oh, hey James.
Yeah, he's been there for a minute.
Yeah, he's been there.
I got distracted.
He usually sometimes joins us in
He lurks
air
occasionally.
raid battles. Yeah. He's a cool guy though. I respect him for not spamming a zoom roll in our terror raids.
That is a good thing. Yes.
I figured he would. Sorry.
I was gonna say I have some vacation time this week, so I need to go ahead and make a video about how not to be a dumbass in raids.
Yeah. Don't use a zoom roll.
And then in the description, just
Don't
put
use-
like, you know, share this video with a brainlet.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this video with all the randos that I go into raids with.
Share this video with a brainlet near you.
Right.
I figured James would be helping out the Greek gods and Immortals Phoenix Rising today, instead of hanging out with us losers.
Well, we could be immortals. Immortals.
Recently snagged that on Blu-ray.
Oh, Big Hero 6.
Yep.
Oh, God, no. Oh, shit.
I climb. Ah!
Oh, shit.
Where have you taken me?
Somewhere far away, because I was flying for a while.
Well, shit.
Hang on, let me go. Let me kill myself so I can respawn at my house. Yeah, let me go kill myself really
Hunger
quick.
has problems. Solus, let me go kill myself. Like,
I'll take
damn.
conversation.
Where no
I'll-
griefing is allowed. It makes sense, right?
I'll take conversation fragments you only hear in Jeopardy for 500 at Mayim.
Oh my lord.
I'm at my house, so
Oh my lord.
They are still swapping back and forth between Ken and Mayim for Jeopardy, right?
I have no idea what they're doing.
Because last time I checked or heard
I
anything,
haven't watched Jeopardy in let's see, over a decade. So,
I
my
haven't
God.
watched it since they disqualified someone's answer on like the tiniest of technicalities. So, yeah, I can feel you there, kinda. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I'm still bitter over the actual game show of You Don't Know Jack being canceled.
yeah.
So,
When the fuck did this get here?
Jip parody.
I haven't seen that game show in like years.
do you know if they did a third Press Your Luck
I
season
haven't seen that
last?
game show since I was 10, actually.
Like the new Pressure Luck. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how far that went.
With Elizabeth Banks. I know they did 2 seasons, and then oh crap, I don't even know if they did the. I guess I'm really asking if they did a 4th season because I don't know if they did a 3rd season because the whole 3rd season if there was one, I missed it because of the mess that I went through with my mom as she was passing. There's a phrase I usually use to describe it off screen, and starts with the word cluster and ends in the letter K.
Cluster cuck?
Something like that.
Yeah, one big fuster cluck.
Cluster cluck.
Oh my God.
Now, speaking of Arcade 1-Up, their CES unveiling was meh-tastic. According to a lot, they think they're basically saying that if this is really their plans for the year, they're gonna, give up on them entirely.
Wow.
But they tend to forget that Arcade 1-Up tends to, I think, purposely leak stuff to keep people's interest in their products going. About a year ago, 3 months from now, they purposely, I think they purposely leaked pictures of the Terminator 2 arcade machine they were working on. And it was literally just 3 months ago, there was a leaked prototype image of a Time Crisis cabinet.
Yeah.
But people, I guess not enough people saw that, or they forgot. Because the only new machine they had for CES was a Wheel of Fortune Casino-cade.
What?
It's a simulated reproduction of a Wheel of Fortune casino game with like a 10-inch touchscreen. And it's got like, I don't know, 15, 20 different casino simulation games in it.
Jeez.
And
Those are genuine designer fakes.
well, I mean, if they'd happen to have an alternate version of it that has that Price is Right casino game that I actually played once or twice and loved, I'd maybe be interested in it. But
man.
yeah, aside from that, they've got new deluxe versions of Miss Pac-Man and Mortal Kombat. Oh, and original Pac-Man.
Oh.
They're a little bit taller. They don't have or need risers, and they've got better components, better speakers, and so on and so forth. And people are saying if this is all Arcade 1-Up has for the year, they're doomed.
Fucking creepers. Oh man.
Good thing they don't blow up your shit.
I know, right? Can you imagine how much of a fucking hole they'd have blown and everything by now? It's like the second one that's exploded in that same fucking spot.
Right.
Imagine showing up and blowing yourself up. Could not be me. Also, imagine 4chan not putting out a mod for Minecraft that has creepers wearing turbans. And instead of the bomb fuse sound effect that goes off when they're about to explode, it would just be somebody screaming jihad.
Jihad.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
But like I can see 4chan doing it, which is why I'm making the joke.
Unger and I knew this guy when we were working at Toys R Us as overnight stalkers. He and a bunch of guys got kicked off, like permanently off of a multiplayer server for Counter-Strike by basically spawn camping, and they would unnerve the other people playing by getting on their whole chat server and screaming that word just as they popped out of their hiding spaces and killing everybody. And they did it repeatedly.
Uh-huh. Jeez.
Yeah.
And again, on that whole thing, I was saying I wasn't saying it was a good idea, just that I was kind of amazed nobody from 4chan has done it yet. And I may be wrong. There may be the mod already out there. I'm not going to download it if it is, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to download it either.
Ugh. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Good
Oh,
grief.
crap.
Since my furborn roommate didn't let me sleep in today as I planned, I may not be on the stream until you guys close up.
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep very long this morning either. I woke up at like 6 something and I was so freaking stuffed up and congested I couldn't get back to sleep. So yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Well, if you had a roommate, you could just ask them to slap the snot out of you. That might work.
I hate having to constantly clear my throat because of my sinuses and shit.
Wait a second. Oh crap. I messed this up. Oh no. Alright.
See, Sony announced that Gran Turismo 7 is going to come to PSVR 2 as a free upgrade, but it remains to be seen whether it's going to be a complete and total conversion or just some side content like with Gran Turismo Sport or Gran Turismo, whichever one it was on the PS4.
Right.
Was it Sport? Yeah, it was Gran Turismo Sport. So where's Caps?
I have no idea.
I assume he's asleep right now. If not, he's probably busy doing something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where he is. His parents stopped hiring me to babysit him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just hoping I didn't scare him away with my Victor Sage impression the other week.
Oh, yeah, no, it's that. Oh, man.
Right here, there he is.
Oh, he said his stomach hurts. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, get well soon or I'll beat the germs out of you.
Also, hello to Quince as well.
Yeah. Mafting and crining. Guess we're playing Mince Raft. Yeah. Like, I don't know, a lot of people, that first episode of My Hero Academia, the second half of season 6 that aired today, a lot of people got upset because they put kind of a recap in the first half of the episode. But it wasn't just like a recap. It was, they were explaining some things that were going on while some of that stuff was happening that hadn't been previously revealed. So, like I said, it wasn't the like I said, a lot of people watched the first couple minutes and said, "Oh, this is a recap episode," and then shut it off. And people in the comments are like, "No, don't do that." You know?
Yeah.
You're gonna miss it. You know. So.
That's like people saying for the Gen 7 online thing, saying it was stupid, and then people wanting it back in Gen 8.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, it's funny how people put things in perspective. Like I said, you know, they had the Gen 6 online for Pokemon, which was arguably perfect.
Right.
They remade Trigun. You didn't tell me.
Trigun Stampede.
Yeah, Trigun Stampede is a thing. So they they've been putting trailers out for this, and I'm just not sure about it. I'm kind of on the fence about it. But they have a new character in this series, and his name is Robert De Niro. Like, it's literally a new character that is named Robert De Niro. Like, I have no idea why.
Why though?
He apparently travels around with Meryl. I have not seen Millie Thompson in any of the trailers so far.
So is this going to be a sequel or
it is
reboot
a
or remake?
New series, new reboot series. That was one of the series that just aired, that just started airing today. It's one of the ones, like I said, because I'm not 100% sure about it, I think I'm going to let it build up some episodes and then binge. So, you know, but yeah, the first trailer looked very CG. Like, it looked like it was like all CG, and it did not look great. But from the trailers after that, just had a decidedly non-CG look to them. So I'm guessing they just like slapped together something CG real quick for the first trailer, because it's not uncommon for anime trailers to animate, like, rather than just showing clips of something that's already been animated, they will literally animate stuff just for the trailer. And sometimes the stuff that they animate for the trailer is not actually used in the actual final project.
That's lame.
Oh, that kind of stuff happens all the time in movies.
Yeah, it's the same thing in anime. They will make a trailer and then they will end up not using it. But in most cases, a studio will conserve resources by using the stuff they come up with for the trailer. The cases where they don't use it is when it's just not good. Like, where they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna fix this.
Heck, it happens a lot in video games too.
Yeah, no, you see video game trailers sometimes, and it always and a lot of the time they'll have the thing in the disclaimer, gameplay, like game incomplete game, gameplay, actual gameplay may vary, that type of shit. They'll put stuff in the trailer that indicates like, hey, this is a
Footage
demo
represents
version of the game.
That footage represents games still in development.
Yeah, exactly. Games still in development, all that good stuff. So, anyway, but yeah, so yeah, like I said, I didn't want to, I didn't want to start hyping something up and then have it not be good. So, like I said, typically, yes, that's a thing. There was a big court case recently where they ruled that you can sue a movie studio for having a misleading trailer on a movie.
Nice.
Rejoice. Anyway, now as to whether people will actually be able to win these cases, good luck. But
Yeah.
But it is a thing. You can sue them now. Because there's nothing more American than a class action lawsuit.
Right. In anime form.
Yeah, right.
Phoenix, right?
That's right. Objection!
I'm not sure how I feel about this, though.
Well,
I mean, yes, deceptive advertising is one thing, but are people going to start suing Marvel for doing a deceptive trailer that is done so to avoid spoilers or to save you, from missing a surprise? For example, the Infinity War trailer is infamous for having a shot of the Hulk running towards the screen along with all the other heroes, but that shot's never in the movie. In fact, Hulk isn't even in most of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand to some extent, and the thing is, movies will be able to argue that type of stuff in court if they do get sued over their trailers. But I think.
Oh, good grief! I was responding to what Caps just said.
Oh yeah. But it's something, like I said, they'll be able to argue that in court. But it's something where, I think what that's really targeting, so to speak, is movies that like blatantly try to portray themselves as something they're not, to try and win over a certain audience. For example, Cable Guy. That's a good example of a deceptive trailer. Cable Guy was like a suspense horror movie, but it starred Jim Carrey, who up to that point was really only known for doing comedy movies. So when they did the Cable Guy trailer for that movie, they were intentionally like putting a lot of the more lighthearted looking moments from the movie in the trailer to make it look like it was a comedy. But, like I said, moviegoers quickly realized, oh, that's not what this is. And some of them still appreciated the movie anyway, but I think most of the people that went to see it thinking it was going to be funny left disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So so basically they had a specific actress in the trailer, and then they cut her scenes, but went ahead and left her in the trailer, and people got mad, and
Yep, that's the story I read about it.
That's understandable. It's something where really all the movie industry really is going to have to do to get around that is just do the same thing that the video game industry does. Scenes are from a movie still in development. not all scenes will end up in the final cut. You know, like they can just have that disclaimer at the bottom of the trailer for every movie trailer from now until the end of eternity, and they'll be fine. You know, like, is it kind of silly? Yes, but they can do it. You know, like, so. Like I said, I don't think this is going to really deter movie studios from doing this. I think, like I said, they're just going to have to be more careful, legally speaking, and cover their asses a little better. Yeah, movie footage not final. Not actual movie footage for some of the, like, because Disney. A lot of the time when they announce that they're working on a new CG project, they will put out a trailer that has absolutely nothing to do with the fucking movie as a teaser, and those teasers almost never have scenes that actually wind up making it into the film. They did that for Frozen and for several other CG movie projects that they have, where they just put a trailer out, a teaser trailer out for theaters, and just has some random crap in it. I think the Frozen teaser was like Olaf the Snowman and Sven the reindeer like running around doing random shit with each other, but it's like, and like I said, it did show off a couple of the characters for an upcoming movie, but like it was definitely not footage from said movie,
Right.
So, like I said, it's something, you have to expect to a certain extent that movies are going to kind of try to put their best foot forward in a trailer. But like I said, I think that certain types of advertising are deceptive when it comes to that. Like when they did the trailer for Pokemon the first movie, for example. The cut that they did on those trailers for Pokemon the first movie made it look like this was going to be like an action-packed throwdown between Mew and Mewtwo. Like, that's how they were billing it. They're like, it's Mew versus Mewtwo. And it's like, and they're showing like all these action scenes from that fight in the trailer. But then, like, you get to the movie and like that fight is barely in there. Like, it's just like, like the
barely a fight. It's like an argument,
right?
At best.
Exactly. It's more of a tense. It's more of an argument where shots were fired for a couple times, So, they like I said, they took those scenes and they cut them together and tried to make it look like it was going to be this banger of an action movie or something, and it's like, no,
but it wasn't though.
Yeah, it's not. That's the thing. But so, like I said, that's why I'm saying that the trailer was deceptive, because it was trying to make it seem like this was going to be some big actiony movie. And again, when you have a deceptive trailer like that, you're going to disappoint a portion of the audience. Like I said, there's going to be a portion of the audience that doesn't give a shit. They went to the movie, they had a good time anyway. Good for them. But there's going to be people who saw the trailer that come out of that movie going, that's bullshit, like, and they're going to be mad that they got duped into watching this movie because they saw the trailer and thought it looked like an action flick, So, like I said, I do hope that this legal ruling does kind of scare some movie studios straight, and that they start being more forthright with their trailers. I'm not saying they have to do like the Honest Movie Trailers channel does, but they need to at least be a little more honest about what type of movie they're advertising. And the thing is, if you're just honest about what type of movie it is you're advertising, you're going to get more people who go to see it based on and that are actually going to like the movie,
Right.
Like, if you trick a bunch of people who are expecting a different genre into watching the movie, it's like, yeah, you might put a few more butts in the seats, but they're not going to like it. They're not going to buy it on DVD when it comes out,
Right.
like because that wasn't the genre they signed up for. That wasn't the movie they wanted, you know. But if
Right.
you get people who are if you are honest about what your movies content is, and you get people who like that type of thing to watch it, they're going to have a much better experience. They're going to to rave to all their friends about it. And it's going to do much better in the long term. Like lying about your movie like that, that's a short-term con man's perspective on how to market something. That's somebody who doesn't care about future profits. They're just looking to score whatever money they can and then burn the bridge down on their way out. You know?
Yeah, that's
That's not a good way to run a company over a long term. That's a good way to run a short-term con, not a long-term company.
that should be illegal, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, and like I said, that's basically what this legal ruling does. Is it basically says, hey, if you do this, movie studios, you could be held accountable for it.
Right.
So, like I said, I do hope that we get some accountability in the movie industry for some of these ridiculously misleading trailers, but ultimately,
Right.
like I said, I think all it's gonna do is change the way they do disclaimers.
Yeah, which isn't that great.
I'd love to see all of Hollywood's creative accounting go bye-bye.
Yeah.
Like the creative accounting that basically ended up screwing Filmation out of any kind of royalties on the Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, the whole creative accounting royalties thing. Yeah, that shit's got to go.
Because Ghostbusters, the biggest movie of the year I was born, totally didn't make any profit whatsoever, and it's not a thriving franchise to this day.
Yeah, that's kind of sus right there.
And that's why they always tell you, go for the gross.
Right.
And a piece of the merchandising, too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
Where the real money from the movie is made.
Well, and like I said, they've had some lawsuits over shit like that recently, like the whole Black Widow thing. So I don't know what all is going to come out of that, because the thing with some of these cases is they sometimes take years to litigate. So you'll hear a lot about them when they first happen, like when the suit is first brought. But then because they move slowly and everything, God damn it, get the fuck off me, piece of shit. Yeah, fucking kill each other, you little pieces of crap.
Pieces of rap.
I said crap.
Pieces of rap.
Goddamn skeletons. You were neither spooky nor scary. Leave me alone.
I mean, they will never shiver down your spine.
So instead of spooky and scary, they're just stupid and stubborn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stupid, shitty skeletons.
I will fuck you when you're dead.
No, that wasn't where I was going with that at all. Anyway.
Just pull it out of my ass randomly.
Yeah.
Okay, now I've got all the things I need for this, so...
Damn. Mince raft noises.
Right. I'm gonna open up Violet so I can, I'm gonna go shiny hunt Orthworm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I figured I'd finally do it. So I shiny hunted most of the things I wanted. Now I want to shiny hunt the worm.
Yep. I also finished reading the most recent volume of the book series for She Professed Herself the Pupil of the Wise Man. And there's a scene in there where she's using innuendo. And it's just... It was really funny because, like, the guy that she was using it on just completely missed it. Like...
Bruh.
Yeah. Basically, the scene involves a sleeping bag. And, like... You know, she got a hold of this sleeping bag that is like, you know, this new model that's not on the market, and this guy is like, you know, he like asked to check it out, you know, so she's like, oh sure, you know, and he's like, oh how do you he's like he's like, where does it open? And she's like, oh, it's just that slit there, you know. And then he starts, you know, like feeling around, and he like, you know, sticks his arm in there. And she's like, "Oh, you're just going to stick your arm all the way in?" You know, like, you know, just and she keeps doing it. Like the other guy with them, like realizes what she's doing, and finally he's like, "Okay, stop. He's not going to get it." Like, you know,
Well, you've all heard of Captain Obvious, right? Well, this is Captain Oblivious.
Right, yeah.
That's his cousin.
So, yeah,
we don't talk much about him.
Right, but yeah, it's just, anyway, it was just funny. Like,
or maybe it should be Ensign Oblivious. Lieutenant Oblivious? I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, she like I said, she's saying stuff like, "Oh, don't be so rough with it," you know.
Don't be so rough with my asshole, please.
Oh man. But yeah, anyway, it was really funny. Like, one of the better scenes in that book. Anyway. But yeah. Oh man.
So anyway, Crisis Core Reunion is pretty good.
Cool.
It still has that quick pick up and play short mission type of thing where you can tell it was originally a handheld game that was designed for short bursts of play, but thankfully, unlike Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, this particular this remaster turns out a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Because
I like it when they remake a game and then they take into consideration things like the platform it's being played on now. And
right. Well, there's not a whole lot they could have done with that. But it's just I'm glad that it turned out a whole lot better than that previous one.
Yeah.
Of course, I only played like an hour and a half of it.
I still wish that Skyward Sword had gotten like more of like a fucking overhaul, you know, to make it play better with the button controls on the Wii U or on the Switch.
Here's I heard a disturbing rumor about the long-rumored / worst-kept secret of ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. Well, you know that wonderful sword control thing that they did, where you're using the right stick to swing the sword in the various directions and so forth. They're going to somehow implement that into Twilight Princess.
Okay.
And Wind Waker.
So
where there's no freaking reason for it.
So Twilight Princess actually already had that with the Switch.
You were just waggling the
Wii when they did the Wii port for the Twilight Princess game. That's why they actually flipped all the stages and everything, so that Link could be right-handed in that game when he's left-handed in the GameCube version.
Right.
So,
but all you were doing was replacing a button press with a waggle.
Right, and I think that's all this is going to be too. Like, I don't think that they're going to do anything super in-depth to recreate that for the Switch. I think it's going to be similar to what they did with Skyward Sword, where they really didn't put that much effort into the joystick-based sword control. Looking
It
at
looked
Hugger
like
just
they-
covering up the holes instead of filling them. If you want to go back and fill those holes up, you be my guest. You
Yeah,
you
just patch the holes in.
you,
That's all
you
I
just
got.
you just fill up every hole that you see.
Yes.
You just dump a load of whatever in that hole and fill it right up.
Right.
Yeah, do your Kid Rock
Like
impression.
like someone else's dick or something. I mean,
Anyway,
that's the first thing I can think of whenever I look at Earthworm. Okay.
yep.
Oh, the problem is I saw what looked like patents and diagrams when I watched the video that told me this.
Well,
I'm not sure if they were artist renditions or what.
right. The thing is,
Hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope
Right.
you're right.
the thing is, patents are not easy to obtain. I mean, and what I mean by that is it's not easy to get a copy of a patent diagram. It's something that is, like Tengen actually lied to get a hold of Nintendo's
You
patent
son of a bitch.
diagrams so that they could make video games for it. So like I said, it's not supposed to be something that's super easy to get.
Yeah, I'm sure whichever the place was, the U.S. Patent Office has increased their security since the 80s.
Right. So, like I said, it's because, not for nothing, but there's a lot of people who are very interested in seeing what's currently being developed by their competition, so that they can, make something similar or make something
Espionage.
better. So yeah, it makes sense that patents wouldn't be like super easy to get a hold of. So like if somebody, so it should actually be the opposite of being confirmation. It should be more sus if somebody does have what are essentially patent diagrams, because that to me says that it's that it's on the fishier side, because like I said,
Right.
it's not that easy to get that stuff. And like I said, it could very well be legit, but like I said, it doesn't. I don't think that lends credibility to it. It's something that you should be more sus of than looking at it and going, "Oh, that's proof." So
Right.
Caps, don't forget to wear protection.
yeah,
Wear protection. Okay.
yeah. Spectator mode, I'll be in all the holes.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially since Hunger's been in them all before you.
Oh dang!
Wow.
Caps likes being first. I mean,
He likes you being first.
no, he likes being first himself. He likes
being first himself.
he likes screaming out the word first at the top of his lungs. When he's doing things.
He likes going first for memes in the chat.
You know why so
Not
many people
one.
don't believe in the moon landing? Because Neil Armstrong didn't say first when he jumped on the moon. Like,
Oh, good grief.
Right.
he didn't post it in the chat.
First for holes.
Just plain grief. Subtract the good.
Truth.
Just plain grief.
Yeah.
That can
Oh
hurt.
man.
Oh my god, where is this piece of shit?
Uh, uh, uh. Oh man, but yeah.
fucking Jesus Christ.
But yeah, like there are like certain things where you just kind of go, like
Yeah.
if it's a cave of no return, how does anyone know what's inside? Like that type of shit where it's like the Princess Bride, it's like if there are never any survivors, then where do the tales come from? I wonder,
Right?
That's a line from The Princess Bride.
Yeah, I believe there was a line.
I haven't
like
watched
that.
it in quite some time.
Yeah, I believe there was a
Oh, the Tales of the Dread Pirate Roberts, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
That has something to do with him.
yeah, something like that. Something to do with that. If I'm remembering correctly, I might be misremembering. Might be Mandela affecting myself, but because I haven't seen it in a while either. But I'm pretty sure there was or maybe that's Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow, I think, says that at one point.
Yeah, that does kind of sound like a Jack Sparrow line.
Yeah, he's like, if there are never any survivors, then where do the tales come from? I wonder.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, I think that was Pirates of the Caribbean. I might have misquoted there.
Caribbean,
It definitely sounds like his speech pattern.
Right.
pretty much.
But yeah, like
Speaking of that storied franchise, the Margot Robbie-led reboot has been canned.
Yeah.
I'm mixed about it because I like Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
but then again, she's gonna be going full ham as Barbie in that movie. So, like, hey, cool, not my cup of tea, but I wish her all the best.
Fiberglass insulation.
Oh, that's great.
He's gonna use asbestos. Somebody stop him.
Oh no! Help!
Oh man.
So is fiberglass was made with asbestos?
No.
Asbestos.
Oh.
It's a joke.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Just talking about insulation, and asbestos used to be used as installation.
Right.
You know that Canada still produces asbestos, but in order to get around the negative stigma of the word asbestos, they call it fibri cristal. Because French. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, we don't have asbestos. No, we have this other shit. Well, and it's funny because
I think the biggest cancer they produce, besides that, is Justin Trudeau himself. But
they do a lot of their production of asbestos in India, actually. So all these Indian people who think they're so smart are sitting there working in asbestos factories so the Canadians can still use it. Like, it's like, bruh, if you were smart, you wouldn't be making somebody else's asbestos, giving yourself cancer. Yeah.
Or giving yourself head. I don't know.
you see, this is why when the aliens come and they decide they're going to stop playing nice after a while and just completely subjugate us, I can't promise that I won't betray my entire species.
Well,
It's like, yeah, our species doesn't deserve all the freedoms we've had for thousands of years, however long it's been.
No,
I'll-
the aliens will land and it'll be like, here, have some asbestos.
not too asbestos. We have every bit of it.
Yeah.
And they'll say, do you mean cotton candy? And they'll just eat it straight up,
Yeah.
and then they'll poop a diamond.
Right.
Nah.
That'll be great.
That reminds me of a joke I had memorized a long time ago. So, some year in the not so far flung out future, and the setting is the president at the White House. Secret Service comes out and says, "Mr. President, we've got an emergency. Aliens have landed and they want to establish first contact." He said, "Okay, what's the situation?" He says, "Well, we've got good news and bad news. The good news is, or the bad news, wait, what was it? The bad news is they eat reporters, and the good news is they urinate oil."
Wow.
God. Goodness.
I think I totally fumbled that. It's like, bad news. We got bad news and good news, Mr. President. Bad news is aliens have landed. The good news is they eat reporters and urinate oil.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, there it is.
Well, I know
Wow,
I think that I think that joke kind of smacks of Bush administration, like the second one. But anyway,
Kind of thing.
because the media was definitely not thrilled with that guy, and he did have some interest in oil for sure. So.
Yeah, I didn't know of its political leanings. It was a joke I'd had memorized from this ginormous book of 1,000 jokes that I tried to memorize, but the book literally fell apart in between relocations.
Yeah. I think if you're gonna memorize a book of jokes, the Chuck Norris facts are a great one.
Yeah, the best one I've read recently was Chuck Norris threw a grenade and killed 20 people. And then the grenade exploded.
The grenade exploded, yeah. Oh, man, yeah. I saw that one coming. Like, as soon as you said he killed 20 people, it's like, and then it exploded.
Yeah.
You know. But, yeah.
Hey, even Nintendo Power got into the joke back in its day. I don't know if it was Nintendo Power itself or some kids just wrote in some Chuck Norris jokes, but somewhere they said, originally the plan for Street Fighter 2 was to have Chuck Norris as a playable character, but they just found out that all he would do is roundhouse kicks.
Yeah.
And if you tried to play a game against him, it made the game unbeatable.
Yeah. I think that was... I think they had an article in, like, I think that was, like, one of the Game Enforcers or something. It was like, like Chuck Norris was originally every boss in Mega Man, but it made the game too hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
That type of thing. But yeah, like there's just like all these Chuck Norris themed video game deals, like, and then they got to one about like the Legend of Zelda. It's like Link used to talk all the time, but then after that Sega CDI game, he got roundhouse kicked by an unidentified bearded man in the '80s and was never able to speak again.
Your spy. Yeah, my favorite line in Breath of the Wild is, "Your silence speaks volumes."
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, no, it was pretty freaking funny though.
Chuck Norris the Hedgehog.
Norris the Hedgehog.
Chuck Norris the Hedgehog.
The dinosaurs were not wiped out by a meteor, but by the Chuck Norris-saurus.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris Superstar.
Science is violence link. Or silence is violence link.
Hey, what do you call a pyramid with a window?
I don't know what.
A tomb with a view.
Oh, tomb with a view, yeah, there you go.
I was gonna go with glass pyramid or prism, but okay.
But yeah, I came up with a Chuck Norris joke myself, and I thought it was pretty humorous. Yeah. Chuck Norris once participated in the running of the Bulls. The Bulls couldn't get away from him nearly fast enough.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Bulls couldn't run as fast as they could away from Chuck Norris. fuck is this thing?
Basically, the bulls couldn't run fast enough to get away from him. You know, but yeah.
So they fell to a horrible fate.
Chuck Norris once paid a visit to the Virgin Islands. Now they're just called the Islands. Oh, man.
Oh, here's a sign that I'd love to see on a store somewhere. It says, your triggers are your responsibility. It isn't the world's obligation to tiptoe around you.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Kind of facts, honestly.
Yeah. Looking for some funny stuff to keep myself from falling asleep. R/funny. Or no, jokes. There we go. J-O-K.
Reddit
Yes.
jokes. Art funky. Oh, man. A duck walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What'll you have?" And the duck says, "I'll take scotch on the rocks." And he says, "You got any money?" And he says, "No, just put it on my bill."
There's going to be a new dating app exclusively for paleontologists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be called Carbon Dating.
Oh jeez, of course. Priest and a rabbi are sitting next to each other on a bench in the park.
Oh
A
boy.
little boy walks by. The priest says, "Let's screw him," and the rabbi says, "Out of what?" It's such a bad joke.
Yeah, that was a anti-jokes.
Oh man, yeah, our anti-jokes, yeah.
Although I wouldn't dare repeat it myself, and I'm ashamed to admit that I'm fond of the joke about the blonde woman going through her daughter's purse.
Oh, that one, yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, I'll go and tell that one.
Yeah.
It's one of those blonde jokes, right?
Yeah.
So it's a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. They're all talking to they're all chatting with each other about their teenage daughters, and how out of control they are. Right. So the brunette speaks up first. She says, "I was going through my daughter's purse the other day, and I found a pack of cigarettes, and I didn't know she was smoking." And the redhead's like, "Well, that's nothing. I was going through my daughter's purse the other day, and I found a flask of alcohol, and I had no idea she was drinking." And the blonde pipes in, and she's like, "Oh, I got you guys beat. I was going through my daughter's purse the other day, and I found a box of condoms, and I had no idea she had a dick."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one.
that's the one. Yep.
And I'm not sure if it aged like wine or like milk, considering the subject matter.
Right.
I don't know. Can we get a
Caps.
vote in the chat?
Caps. That
Yes.
was a good one.
Yeah, that's great.
A priest, a rabbi, and a
Muslim.
Muslim walk into a bar. Bartender asks, "What is this? Some kind of joke?"
Right. Yeah, I've heard that one before. It's still a good one. Yeah, those the blonde jokes. Two blondes are in a car on the way to Disneyland. They as they're on the highway, they see a sign that says Disneyland left with an arrow pointing and the number of an exit. So they turn around and they go home.
Aye. And yes, that was the sound of me taking too long to get it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Siege was lagging behind because he didn't get the joke for like a few seconds.
Yeah, it's alright.
I'm gonna blame it on my insomnia, my feline roommate-based insomnia.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Damn, seriously?
I think this one's clean enough. The reason why they call it safe sex is because accidents cause people.
No. It's true. Oh man. So,
Good grief, Kirby is snoring so loud that I want to get over there and just put my microphone right up to his face. My place is such a wreck right now that I'd probably wake him up by stubbing my foot on something.
So let's see. Yeah, so I posted it in anime recommendations yesterday, but Tom and Jerry got their own anime.
Which I fail to fucking believe because that is complete stupidity.
So basically, what happened is Cartoon Network, which currently owns the rights to Tom and Jerry, which were created by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera, who went on to found the company Hanna-Barbera, which later became the originator of Cartoon Network. So basically, Cartoon Network, owns the rights, and I think Cartoon Network itself is like owned by Viacom as well. But anyway. So, Cartoon Network Japan, to celebrate, I think it was something like, like International Cheese Day or something, decided to do a pair of shorts, in which they had a anime-style redesign for Tom and Jerry and, the little gray mouse with the diaper Tuffy. And yeah, these shorts very much encapsulated the original spirit of Tom and Jerry, while making them both stinking adorable.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, it's something where both basically both shorts basically feature Tom chasing around Jerry and in the second one Jerry and Tuffy, and have relatively peaceful conclusions at the end. But yeah, like the overall the overall vibe and everything was still there. So yeah, I went and you can find the shorts on YouTube. Like they're like not very long at all. And they're just.
I figured they wouldn't be.
Yeah, they're just cute. But like I said, the video that I posted was speculating that it's possible that if these shorts are well received, which it seems like they have been for the most part, we could potentially see some. We could potentially see some sort of a full series in the works, and it might just be more shorts. But
they don't talk, do they?
No. Jerry at one point does let out an adorable little squeal as he's running for his life, but there's still no talking.
I mean, the only time Tom should ever talk is if he's doing that thing where it's loud, echoey voice saying "Don't." Oh yeah, the screams of pain, obviously,
Right.
but also when he says, "Don't you believe it?"
Right. Yeah. Well, Tuffy actually had voice lines in some of the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, but did not speak in these. Uh, but in particular, the one where they were doing like the Three Musketeers parody. Uh, you know, because Tuffy was speaking with a French accent in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Tuffy is
most
the little gray baby mouse. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So.
the my vitriol was mostly aimed at the Tom and Jerry movie that came out in the 90s. When I heard that they were talking throughout the entirety, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
refuse to
No.
go see it.
Yeah, that was very stupid.
Yeah. Don't give them.
Especially if they're
voices.
singing too, like they're trying to copy the Disney
Right.
formula.
But yeah.
Absolutely hated it.
But yeah, like you know, I love the thing where Jerry keeps pulling on Tuffy's diaper to try and stop Tuffy from wandering off. Like, cause that's something that's like very much like a thing in the original Tom and Jerry. So like, so they really did take a ton of cues from the original there, while at the same time keeping it like, you know, stinking adorable. The scenes, because there's a scene in each episode where Jerry basically force feeds Tom something, and then Tom's body takes on the shape of the thing he just ate. And that
They
was
did
pretty
that.
funny.
Awesome.
And the designs honestly reminded me a lot of the Tom and Jerry kids show that was on back in the day during the 80s or early 90s. They had a Tom and Jerry. It was called the Tom and Jerry Kids Show, and it was Tom and Jerry like reimagined as younger versions of themselves. You know.
During the time when every show was trying to do that
like when they
to
had the
get the
Flintstones
success of Muppet
Kids
Babies.
and Muppet Baby, yeah, like there was a lot of shows like that around the time, and so like I said, this was a thing where they were kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that.
You know, a pup named Scooby Doo. Like it seemed like, you know, there were a ton of those types of shows in that vein. So anyway,
Right.
but yeah, so but yeah, like I said, so the designs kind of reminded me of that a little bit. It wasn't like, you know, one for one or anything, but it was. I thought it was interesting, and you know, like I said, the cartoons themselves were cute and funny, you know. So yeah, I'd say
So
mission accomplished.
Where'd you post the link to that to?
Anime recommendations. I posted a video talking about them, but like I said, you can just search Tom and Jerry anime on YouTube and find them pretty easily, because there's a bunch of people reposting that shit. So, and like I said, they're both really short, so it doesn't take a really long time to watch the both of them. You know. The part where Jerry eats the whole piece of cheese, and his body takes on the shape of the cheese, and then Tom, who has just eaten a watermelon and becomes spherical, is chasing him, and Jerry as in the cheese wedge shape trips and falls over, and basically his body turns into a ramp, and Tom goes bouncing all over the room. Because he can't stop in time when Jerry trips, because he's rolling. You know? Oh man, yeah, that was pretty great. You know. Yeah, he's a melon. Melon Tom. And before they make a ball plush of that, holy crap. But yeah, then the second episode where he force feeds him the star-shaped lollipop. Oh man. castle expands, right?
Mm-hmm.
We built this city. Almost filled 2 chests with extra stone. Oh yeah, from that thing where it's like collecting it for me. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Ugh. I need to go down to the stone bank eventually and make a withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's a whole building now.
I was just trying to get Kirby's purr on the stream.
Didn't work.
No, he kept
Kept licking the mic.
he kept totally avoiding it. Like, what the heck you trying to do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, hey, watch where you point that thing.
Watch where you point that thing.
As if I was trying to get incriminating evidence of him being cute and a pain in the nut and a pain in the nether regions.
Maybe that's what he thought you were doing. He's like, hey, don't show up wearing a wire. You with the fuzz?
If anyone hears the fuzz, it's him.
Mm-hmm. Cheese it, it's the fuzz. Oh man. Holy crap, it's already been over an hour and a half. Just sitting here building this stupid thing and talking about nothing. I love this.
Okay, left the realm for a few seconds. I want to go back to Violet.
That's understandable.
I found the shiny earthworm, by the way.
Although when you say I want to go back to Violet out of context, it makes it sound like you're trying to get back together with your ex-girlfriend. But that's okay. Guys, I'm thinking about going back to Violet.
Eh.
I know she treated me like shit the first time, but she said she's changed. She doesn't have as many bugs anymore.
Bruh.
Oh, man. I could totally see that.
The castle expands. Yeah.
Don't do it. She's only gonna break your heart again. Man. Oh. Oh, jeez. There we go. Get it. Bricks! But yeah, I actually have a ton more books to read. I bought a whole bunch of them right after I got paid because they've been kind of piling up. So, but I've been given a vacation this week, so I'm going to make sure to read all those. Hopefully I'll be able to devote some time to doing some other things. We'll see. there's always so much to do. Like, there's always, like, I can always think of so many things to do, but, like, then when I actually start doing stuff, I, like, run out of time so fast.
Oops.
Oh, jeez.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. God, get off me! Dick! Fucking zombies, man. Ugh. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Dang, give me a second to get a drink real quick. Ugh. 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 Goodness. Chuck Norris is so fast he can run around the world and punch himself in the back of the head.
The-
Did you hear that a brothel burned down?
No, I didn't hear it.
No.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. Everyone died in the scene.
It's a pun.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got the pun. Thanks.
I got it too.
Okay. For a moment, I didn't think you did.
I was adding something additional, okay?
2 swords. Look at Caps over here.
Nice.
I have 2 swords now.
Where do you think they came from?
Reminds me of that one character from Knights and Magic. It's like, if having a sword makes you strong, then having 2 swords makes you stronger, and having way more swords than that makes you even stronger than that.
Even though theoretically that's not how that works.
Yeah,
but...
no, like literally everybody else, like, that's not how that works. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not how that works.
Yeah, you were saying that last week, Caps, that you could duel with commands. It looks really cool. But yeah, like, basically, the guy has this mecha, and it's literally just covered with swords. There's, like, swords all over the damn thing.
Bruh.
Everybody's just like, bruh, really? It doesn't do anything, but it looks cool, right?
Chuck Norris killed 5 people with a sword, and 20 more without the sheath.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is a good one. New Zelda game is going to be set in Spain at Christmas time. Story surrounds freeing a fairy's captured father. It's going to be called Zelda Release Navi's Dad.
Oh, God, I knew that was coming, but
Motherfucker.
Release Navi's dad. Release Navi's dad. Oh, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. Hilariously derailing one-liner.
It.
It's a comic book about a superhero toilet. It's a billionaire bidet. Crime fighter by night.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of which, we're getting an anime for Reincarnated as a Vending Machine this year.
Oh yeah, the vending machine thing.
Yep, the manga's coming up soon. It's finally getting a stateside release as well. So.
Okay.
Oh man, it's reborn as a vending machine. I like. What was the subtitle? It's like reborn as a vending machine. I wandered the dungeon or something like that.
I wandered into a dungeon or something.
Yeah, no, it's freaking hilarious.
Did you know that Beethoven was the ultimate hype man?
Yeah.
It's true. He'd always come out and ask the audience if they were ready to hear a Sixth Symphony. Regardless of their reaction, he'd always respond with, "I can't hear you."
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, we had We had Ronald McDonald visit the school at one point.
It-
And they did an
He
assembly.
scares me more than Pennywise.
Yeah, they did an assembly in the gym, and he was doing the whole, I can't hear you thing. And on like the second or third one, instead of yelling what we were supposed to be yelling, I was like, "Then you're deaf."
Yeah, right.
Like
You know what do you call it when a worm cat calls another worm?
what?
Asexual harassment.
Asexual harassment, dang. Oh jeez. I've been seeing so many different Mousehold parodies online, like memes where they're making fun of Mousehold from Pokemon.
Yeah, with there's one that's like memed as normal fighting with the dad mousehole doing like beating on his wife and then
Domestic abuse.
domestic abuse. Yeah, that one. That one's my favorite.
Yeah, I was just like, really?
I was like, wow, this is very.
And then
This
they
is
had
very creative.
the one where the baby is like transparent and it's called mouse carriage. It's like, damn.
Oh yeah, the one with that
that
look
was
like the kids are ghosts.
raw. Yeah, like it's got one baby, but it's like all transparent and purpley, like it's a ghost, and it's normal ghost type. It's like it's called mouse carriage. I was like, damn, that's dark.
If mouse carriage was an actual form of mousehold, I would totally use it because normal ghost is awesome.
I know. It walls the hell of Annihilate.
Did you guys hear about the nun with superpowers?
Nope.
When she flies over, people say, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman." Oh, it's none of the above.
Oh God.
None of the
None
above.
of the above. Dang.
No.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Ugh. There used to be a joke going around. It's like the Dalai Lama walks into a pizza place and says, "Make me one with everything."
Make me one with it.
Yeah. But if somebody actually tried to tell the Dalai Lama that joke, and he didn't get it.
Wait, say that again?
So the Dalai Lama walks into a pizza place and says, "Make me one with everything."
Right.
You know,
It's the second part that I didn't get.
yeah.
I
No,
didn't quite hear.
there was somebody actually tried to tell the Dalai Lama that joke to his face, and he did not get it.
Did he not know what pizza was?
No, I think he just didn't understand like the broader context of it, But yeah, and plus it was being translated into a different language, so that was probably a factor as well.
Oh, it was lost in
'Cause
translation.
at the time, I don't think the Dalai Lama spoke very good English.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. Yeah, just like sitting there watching the Dalai Lama struggling to comprehend what the hell this joke is about.
Yeah.
Because it's not a great joke in the first place, right? It's like
It's a groaner.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go to a morning showing of the Super Mario Brothers movie when it comes out.
Uh-huh.
I'll call it a Charles matinee.
Oh man. God. And then just sit there and watch it multiple times. Oh man. Yikes. Oh.
I swear, if that movie is good, I will buy the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the 4K.
Oh jeez. Man. I said, here's hoping. You know, like.
I mean, it does kind of suck that if you search for the pictures of McDonald's Happy Meal toys they have already ready for it, it spoils a character that was hinted at in the trailer.
Yeah, people. When there's something that's been announced that's being all hyped up and it's not out yet, people are just such freaking assholes about trying to find out every little thing about it, whatever way they can, like, it's like, can you just not let it be surprising to people? Can you,
Right.
But yeah, no, that was always that was always a fun thing, like, with some of these action figures, like, they would do action figures based on a movie, and like they would spoil sometimes, like, depending on on the context, like the action figures coming out would like spoil what was in the movie, So it's like, because and a lot of the time the action figures would be out like 6 months before the movie even hit, like right when the trailers started up, that's when the action figures would hit store shelves, and you're just like, really, who's gonna go buy an action figure for a movie they haven't seen yet?
Right.
But, I guess there are certain collectors that would, but,
Yeah.
Anyway. It was pretty funny, though.
Meet some other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always did find it odd that you'd see the toys in the marketing for weeks or even months before a movie comes out.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of them would start the marketing like 3 to 6 months ahead of time, and, a lot of the time it was closer to the 6 months. And it was just like, why? Like, why?
Yeah, there's no point.
Nowadays people have shorter attention spans, so people have learned, oh yeah, no, we got to start marketing like right before the thing comes out. Like, you'll see like some early trailers if you're actually going to the theaters, because those are the people that they really want to see the trailers.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like the advertising that takes place before movies at the theater is something that movies really covet, because if they have that advertising space, that's getting them eyeballs for people who are not opposed to going out to a theater to watch a movie. Whoa. That's a thing. This is
Your game is lagging.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well, it
just
knows
not-
he's
There it is. Okay, there's the wall. Hang on. Wait. I have a meme for this.
That's the wall right there, brother.
Don't spoil!
That's the wall up there, brother.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, man.
I knew what it was when you.
I know.
There's the
You don't have
wall.
to you don't have to say the meme before I can click it.
My apologies.
It's okay.
and I didn't get to see it because I hit some button on my computer, on my keyboard, and it forced me to restart the YouTube channel.
Just take a few steps back on the stream and you'll get it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Delving into the comically large meme folder, it just keeps getting bigger, and oh my gosh, wow, that is something right there.
Yeah, that's a nice view.
Wow.
Gee, I sure hope no one's acrophobic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It doesn't mean fear of acrobats, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah, I got that.
Although if you are acrophobic, maybe that could set you off if you were to see some acrobats doing some. Yeah. Oh, look out! Everybody's doing it. Oh my gosh! Wow.
This sure looks like the end.
Yeah.
It's the
So I'll
end
go-
of the stream as we know it. And I feel
And I'll say
fucking-
goodnight, everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be it for tonight's stream. We'll be back to do this whole podcast thing again next week, so look forward to that. Goodness. Yeah, let's see, tomorrow I'm going to be doing some Pokemon Scarlet, I believe.
I get to show off even more of my raid ready shinies.
Alright. And of course, as always, I do hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
She's